Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful day here in Washington State. Yeah, today should be exciting. My dad and I are going to the Bremerton Airshow. It's held actually outside of Bremerton, headed toward Belfair. I know that doesn't mean a lot to most of you, but there's an airport out there, Bremerton National Airport. It's a rather small airport, mostly business jets, smaller business jets, and private planes flying in and out. They're small planes. So looked into going last year, but they didn't have anything that quite piqued my interest enough to get me to go. I love everything about aviation, but I also really don't like crowds. So this year's different. My dad and I are going to go, so I have someone to accompany me, which is awesome. And there's going to be some really good performers there this year. The few notable ones are a handful of warbirds, some World War II aircraft, and then a couple demo teams. The CF-18 demo team coming from Canada. They're stopping by this little podunk corner of the United States, and they're going to put on a show for us, which is awesome. That's going to be cool. And then the West Coast Super Hornet demo team coming out of Lemoore, California. They're going to put on a show for us. I think there's a couple Hornets up here from them. So yeah, it's always good seeing fast jets and feeling the afterburner in your chest. So I'm going to do my best today to kind of capture the experience through some video and obviously some still photography. So alright y'all, next time you see me, we'll be arriving at Bremerton National Airport, and should be a good day. Hey guys, Future Jake here. Had to come on here and interject before we go any further with this video, so I feel like there needs to be a bit of a disclaimer about the upcoming video footage. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses, but I will tell you that this was my first time attempting to record fast-moving aircraft with a crappy little handheld video camera. Some of the following video isn't necessarily the best, but I felt like I put together the clips that turned out okay, that were pretty interesting to watch. So without further ado, on to the footage.
in just a moment. Tango is going to have that beautiful jet back on the ground here at Bremerton, squeezing out every last ounce of what we can get in the CF-18 Hornet before it's replaced in the next few years with the F-35 Lightning II. There's the touchdown. Give Tango a wave as he rolls out in front of us. He can see you. Bremerton, here it is, the Super Hornet high-speed pass. Form the very enjoyable negative-free pushover set up for the vertical pirouette as they pull back the nose.
Hopefully you enjoyed those clips. It was so much fun to get out there and be amongst aircraft, and not only that, but like-minded individuals, people that are out there that are just as stoked on fast-moving planes as you are. So one thing I will say is I was a bit overwhelmed. The last air show I went to was out in Moses Lake, Washington. That's sort of out in eastern Washington. Went to that air show last year, I guess it was, with Mike Hawk Hobbies. Even did a video about it on the channel. You can check that out. I guess I'll leave that linked up here if you really feel like checking that one out. But yeah, this year I was determined to get video and stills, and I feel like I kind of flubbed it. I did come away with some good images that I will show you at the end of this video, and I'll also link my Instagram in the description below if you want to check those out there. But yeah, a lot of people. Like I might have mentioned at the beginning of this video, I don't really deal well with big crowds these days. We showed up at a decent hour. We showed up about midday, and by the time we got our seats set up and everything like that and the flying started, it was very, very crowded. So yeah, that was a bit overwhelming, and I learned a lot. I learned so much from yesterday, from that experience. Mostly as a photographer, not so much as a videographer. That's a whole different rabbit hole to go down, but as far as still photography, I feel like I did okay. I came away with a lot of lessons, which I think is an important thing. Reviewing all the photos last night when I got home and got everything plugged into the big screen, it was very painful. It was a very painful experience, very humbling, and I was really beating myself up hard until I sort of came to the realization that I was a little overwhelmed, that I tried to do too many things at once. So yeah, just to put things in perspective, I know this probably isn't much for most, like, you know, actual photographers or actual airshow photographers, but I came away from the airshow having taken 1,157 photos. Most of that was in burst mode, trying to keep up with those damn Super Hornets. I always forget how fast those things move across the sky. It's ridiculous. So yeah, 1,157 photos. After all said and done, the photos that I kept for my collection totals 26 photos. And that's a lot more than I will ever show anybody on social media or anything like that. By the time I post this to Instagram or any other social media, it'll probably number closer to 6 or 7 photos. So all in all, great day, good experience, learning experience. Man, it kicked my butt, but it was a good thing. It was a good thing. So lastly, I want to give a shout out to my dad, who accompanied me to the air show. You might have seen him in the opening clip when we're sitting on the bus. It's because of him that I'm interested in that kind of stuff. I grew up around it because of him. Him being in the Navy and doing what he did in the Navy, I was around aviation a lot. It's been a long time since I've been doing an air show with my dad. Probably since the early 2000s, back in Virginia Beach. So anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys with a handful of photos that I thought turned out pretty cool. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching the videos when I do get a chance to upload and put a video together and everything like that. So yeah, I'll definitely be going to the Bremerton Airshow next year. I will be doing quite a bit of things different. God, that could be a video in and of itself. But yeah, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.